Hey, my name's Sam. I haven't put much on YouTube yet, but I have a few things I like to do. I do several projects here and there. I own a motorcycle. I do woodworking. I do laser cutting on wood and engraving, and also I like working on a little project car. Just recently got a Lexus IS 250 2008. When I bought it, had check engine light on, but I drove it, and the guy who had owned it, he and his wife had taken such good care of it. Technically they were the third owners, but it passed through two hands in about a year and a half. Probably 2009 I think, or 2010, they actually owned the car and owned it the whole time. Had a big packet of records that he kept, and so I was really comfortable. I drove the car, like I said, it had a check engine light on it. Actually, when I initially drove it, didn't. It got a check engine light. After he bought it, brought it back to me. He took the car back. He tried to fix the check engine light on it, but he was having some difficulties figuring out what it was. I've grown up working on cars and motorcycles my whole life, and thought it was a good car, and we negotiated a little bit off, and I was going to buy a really decent scan tool so I could figure it out. Which I did. He agreed to, and he even gave me a little bit more off. He's a super nice guy. Anyways, I bought the car. I had a check engine light on it. I diagnosed it for about a month trying to figure it out, and then we had a hurricane go by, and the day after the hurricane, the car died on me. I thought, oh my gosh, what's going on here? So I looked into it, took it to a mechanic who didn't want to work on it because he wasn't sure what it was, so I took it back home, and I decided I would just go through every connection. It had to be a connection, it had to be something. And as I was going through it, I found my carpet was wet on the driver's side, and I found that the T-top, the sunroof, had the drain had been clogged and it was leaking. And it's leaking not out of the fender like it's supposed to, but it's leaking into the footwell right on top of the electrical junction box, which I wasn't really sure what it did, but I knew it wasn't good. So I got the leak fixed, took a heat gun, dried it all out. Also, in the meantime, I replaced both their two sensors. Check engine light went off, car started running good. Haven't had a problem since. It's just been a great running car. So anyway, so I just started doing some modifications to it, things that I thought would be really cool for me. I'm getting ready to put some new VLAN headlights on. My wife is buying me a Christmas gift, so I'll be getting that to do, and that'll be a lot of fun. I replaced the front brakes so far, and I'm getting ready to replace the rear, which I already have. I just haven't had time to do them. The front brakes I replaced, put some Brembos in there with some drilled hubs or rotors. Back brakes I'm going to do as well. I also put on a reverse light, reverse camera, because it needed it. It was in decent shape. Got a few little. Runs so good. I'm really impressed with it. Everything that came from the factory running. I replaced all the lights underneath the mirrors with LED lights, so it brights up the footwell a lot better. It runs really good. I see people do things on the internet, and I would copy them. One of the things I did was I added carbon fiber vinyl to all it was kind of like a grayish silver plastic thing that I really didn't care too much for. And I added a Lexus style, they call it, radio. It's a Chinese radio. It was a little difficult putting in because it didn't come with any instructions, but I kind of like those challenges, and so I took the challenge and figured it out and put it in, installed everything. And one of the things I did is it had two USB wires coming out of it, and I thought, yeah, I don't want to put them in the glove compartment. This thing is so tacky. So I added On each side of the console, I added these plugins, which you can buy from Amazon for like $10 each, and they come with two. So one of them, I had actually two wires coming off, or three wires coming off actually, and one of them I put a splitter on, and to get two on this side, and I'll go around to the other side and show you what I did there too. And on this side, I did the same thing. I just did it. So I got little USB things for music, and if I want to load a program in or anything like that. And the radio is pretty intense. It's got a lot of stuff, a lot of availabilities of. I mean, I can hotspot my phone and get internet while I'm going down the road. I mean, it works pretty cool. But if you look at the car, it's really nice. I mean, interior is nice. We had Lexus replace the dashes a few years ago. And it's a pretty decent fit on the radio, not perfect, but pretty decent. It's got a couple little spots there that's not. It's got a couple little areas right there that aren't perfect factory fit, but it's pretty close, And you can see in between. But it was, I figured for Chinese radio, it was decent, and I get Apple CarPlay, and I get all the stuff I want. But this car is just immaculate on the inside. I was just like so impressed with the way this fellow took care of it, him and his wife. It was really touched me and my wife. It's got a couple little areas right there that aren't perfect factory fit, but it's pretty close, And you can see in between. But it was, I figured for Chinese radio, it was decent, and I get Apple CarPlay, and I get all the stuff I want. But this car is just immaculate on the inside. I was just like so impressed with the way this fellow took care of it, him and his wife. It was really touched me and my wife when we went to buy it. They had so many memories in it. They wanted to take pictures with their kids in it, which I thought was impressive. But anyways, this is my car. This is my little crammed up woodworking shop that I got from That's right now too, by the way. There's my Harley 2018 Street Glide Special. Nice bike, runs really good. And here's my Laser, which I just finished doing a little job on for my niece. She's graduating as a nurse. It's an Xtool Laser. I put it in an old entertainment center that I had bought years ago, and I was trying to give it away and sell it, and no one would take it, so I threw it in my garage and made a work cabinet out of it. So that's... Hey, I just want to kind of end this video with an opportunity just to say a few things about myself before I go here. I'm, as you can probably tell, I'm an amateur YouTube guy. But I watched a lot of really good content and got a lot of good things out of it, and realized there's some things I can probably offer. You know, there's some people out there that may see some projects I do and mistakes I made, and maybe you won't make the same ones, or maybe you'll learn from something that I've done. I have owned a machine shop for 30 years. And so I've built a lot of different things, and so I got some things to offer. But a lot of things I'll be doing will be maybe woodworking, some music stuff, some repair stuff on cars, some repair stuff on motorcycles, maybe a couple motorcycle rides. Might even put a song or two on here too. I'm a pretty average intermediate musician, but I love recording and playing music and stuff like that. So you may see some of that. Right now I'm sitting in a studio that I built about 15 years ago. I had a shell of a garage in my backyard, and I tore it apart and started from square one, put a new roof on it and redid it and built this shop, or this studio, and I air conditioned it and insulated it and soundproofed it, and then right next to it I have a little workshop, which is way too small, but I do some work in that too. And so, anyways, I just thought I would use this opportunity to just introduce myself. So I guess the deal with YouTube is the thing to do is to subscribe, and maybe that helps me out somehow. I don't know how. I'm not trying to make a living out of this, but you never know. You know what will happen. I am at an age of retirement, and I'm probably going to just start putting some of these videos on just in my retirement for the fun of it and see where it goes. Anyway, I hope you enjoy what you've seen so far. This Lexus IS 250 I bought. It's been a fun little car. I've got a few other ideas project-wise that I'm going to do to it, and you know, just play with it as I go. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a good day. Bye.